I failed. I failed this week's boot camp. Not one day, but two. Yes, I failed this week in several ways in my reselling. And I'm going to show you in this video what I did to fix my fails. Before we get started, I'm Vicki and we're Avante-Avenue. And if you're new here to our channel, this is week 8. Yes, week 8 of boot camp. Can you believe it? I can hardly believe it's week 8 of summer boot camp. To be specific, eBay reselling boot camp. And thank you to all of you who have joined me in this and have been leaving comments, letting everyone know how it's going for you. And also, if you don't know, my husband Mark and I resell on predominantly eBay, and we have some things on Poshmark. As I said in my opening, I failed this week. I failed not once, but twice, and I had some other close fails, and I'm going to share with you what I did about it. Yeah, it was kind of an off week. Part of it was my own doing, meaning, well, let's wait till we get to that day. Let's talk about you. Did you reach your goals this week? Did you get some things listed? How many items did you list today? You know, boot camp is what you want it to be. It's setting your own goals, and maybe those goals are 1 or 2 items a day. Maybe it's 5 items a day. We've been listing 5 items a day, 5 days a week, 25 new listings a week. But I failed twice this week on that. And yes, we'll talk about that. But before I do, just remember to leave a comment and let everyone know how it's going for you. And to be honest, boot camp would be really lonely without you. I love reading your comments and I respond to every single one. It might take me a couple days, but I always respond. It's Saturday as I'm making this part of the video, so let's go back to Monday and see how it went. Each week of boot camp, I've been sharing with you what I've learned about the things that we're listing. And that was no different on Monday when we were listing some coffee mugs that we found at the Restore. So let's go on back to Monday and jump right in with what I learned about the coffee cups that I was listing. It's Monday and I'm listing these Dance Bistro cups made in Portugal. The logo is only on one side. And I'm going to show you here the research I did to figure out how to price these. Let's go to replacements.com, and look at the Dance Bistro accent mug. And they have it, can you believe it, for $49.99. I'm like, wow, that would be great to sell each cup for $49.99. I don't think that's going to happen, but I just had to show you here how much they're asking. I also want to show you our listing. I thought Mark did a great job in how he stacked the coffee mugs. I just love that. We paid $1 each for the mugs, or $6 total at our local Restore. So not too bad, especially if they're worth $49.95. Anyway, I'm going to copy the title and paste it into the eBay search bar to see what's going on eBay. Replacements gives me a heads up of what they're asking for, but we really have to look at eBay comps, active and sold. And you can see they're all over the place. Let's sort them by sold. One sold for 10, 2 for less than 15. Oh no, not looking good here. And excuse the noise in the background, that's just my laptop processing everything I'm working on here. So I'm trying to find the exact same photo that replacements used. My goal here, oh there it is, $49.99. I'm going to copy and paste that title and put it in the search bar. My goal here is to see if they have sold any. If they're listing it for $49.99, that's fine, but did replacements sell any on eBay at that price? That's what I'm searching. So copy and paste that title, put it into the search bar, and look again at sold comps. I found a whole lot of other things sold, but I did not find a sold comp for replacements for the coffee mug, for the $49.99 coffee mug. I didn't find one. I do like some of the photos I see here though. So back to our listing. Well, if they were worth $50 each and I have 6 of them, that'd be $300. But I decided not to start that high. I thought that was a little unrealistic. But I did start at $149.99 because I knew I would be putting the mugs on sale, probably for 30% off. So that's how I do some of my research. The ones made in Portugal have more value than Thailand. What can I find out so that I can share it with you? We have one mug that is plain, meaning it doesn't have the dance logo. And I'm here again on replacements.com, and you can see here that the one made in Portugal, they're selling for $13.99, and the one made in Thailand is only $9.99. So that's something new I learned too. I don't know if this matters for everything or not. Let's go up and see. Let's just look at these bowls here because we have a couple of bowls to list. Yes, I'd say that the ones made in Portugal are worth more than the ones made in Thailand. It doesn't mean they're not worth picking up if you get them at a good price, but check the country where they're made. And do know that for dance, the ones made in Portugal have more value than Thailand. Now I'm listing some fruit and cereal bowls, and ours are about 5 1/8 inch, and they say Portugal on the bottom. So look at the price difference here. This is crazy. Replacements is asking $49.99 per bowl. How many do they have? Oh my gosh, they have a whole bunch of them, up to 24 it says. And the ones made in Thailand, well, apparently they have a lot of those too, but look at the price difference. Portugal. Again, if you're buying dance, look for the ones that say Portugal. Here are the 5 items that I listed on Monday. So yes, woohoo! I made our goal of listing 5 items. Hey, Monday went good. I don't always research the brands that we are listing, but after I got done listing that pretty dish, that 3-divided dish, that's Royal Danube, I went ahead and Googled it. What can I find out so that I can share it with you? I just finished listing the Royal Danube chintz dish, and I decided to go out to Google and find out who really makes this brand, because I assumed it was just made in China. But actually, even though it is a brand of China, it's not made in China. No, that's not what I found. I found out right here that Royal Danube is a trade name of an exporter of items from Japan from the 1950s to 2010. So it's not actually vintage yet either. So I went back and changed it from made in China to made in Japan. So just a little tip for you in case you didn't know, because I didn't know until I researched it. Next, I'm showing you some eBay sold comps for Royal Danube. I hope I'm saying that right. The things you have to do, the regular life things that gets in the way of our reselling. It's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Sometimes we don't ship on Monday. Sometimes we ship on Tuesday. So I packed our sales from the weekend. We went to lunch. We ran our errands, went to the grocery store, all that good stuff, things you have to do, the regular life things that gets in the way of our reselling. And I didn't get home and get started on anything till I think it was about 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't know how long you've been following our channel, but I hope you can tell that the videos that I make, and yes, I make the videos, I do all the filming for the videos, I do all the research for the videos, I do all the editing for the videos, and I absolutely love doing it. It is so creative. And my videos take longer, I would guess they take a lot longer than the average reseller YouTuber video. Yes, I think it's safe to say they do. Why do I put so much effort into it? Well, because I enjoy the editing process. With that said, my videos can take anywhere from 8 hours to, I'd say on the high end, 24 hours. It's not like I work at 8 days a day for 3 days in a row when I have longer videos. I work it every day that I can. I fit it in every day that I can. But on Tuesday afternoon, not getting started to about 3:30, and knowing that I needed to release a video by Thursday morning, sometimes released on Wednesday evening if I get it done. But yeah, I had to make a decision because the video I put out last week, and I hope you saw it by now, about how Mark and I resell junk in our retirement, our side hustle of reselling. I think I called it Senior Side Hustle Reselling Junk in Retirement. That was the name of the video that came out just on Thursday, a couple days ago. Well, that video took a lot of time, I had to do a lot of research and go back and find out how much we paid for shipping and save screenshots. The left-hand side was what eBay fees were and what we profited after their deductions, and the right side of the screen was after we took out our shipping label and our cost of goods. There was a lot of pieces and parts, bells and whistles going on in that video. Am I excusing why I didn't get my 5 listings done on Tuesday? I'm really just stating the facts, so why I didn't get my 5 listings done on Tuesday. I made a choice, and I made that choice to spend time on the video because I knew the pressure would be unbelievable on Wednesday to finish it. So I worked from 3:30 in the afternoon till 8:30 at night on Tuesday. I was too tired. I was just plain too tired to get my 5 listings done. Mark had them photographed. They were over here. But I was tired. I didn't feel like doing it. So put a stamp on it. I failed my 5 listings on Tuesday. And to be honest, I really didn't care what I got listed on Wednesday. It said no tracking happens, but it happens, okay? On Tuesday, I had a near fail. Let me explain. Let me back up, actually. About once a week, I will take a look at our sold and shipped items. I'll look at it to see if it's been delivered yet. If it hasn't been delivered in a timely manner, I open up the tracking and I take a look and see if it's held up somewhere. And sometimes it is. It takes a while to get places. And we had an item that we had shipped along with others, and it said no tracking. It said upload the tracking, and I'm like, what? What do you mean upload the tracking? I already did that because we buy our shipping label through Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is connected to eBay. They communicate. And our tracking is automatically updated on eBay, and I've never had a problem before. But in this case, there was no tracking to be found. Well, what that looks like is that I didn't ship it. Yeah, that's what it looks like on eBay's end, that we failed to ship it because we never entered a tracking number. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So what I did was I immediately contacted Pirate Ship, and they pretty much told me what I expected. The tracking number had been already used, apparently recently used. And it wasn't Pirate Ship's fault. I had this happen many, many years ago. It happens when USPS puts a tracking number out there too soon to be used. I don't know how it happens, but it happens, okay? I contacted eBay through eBay for Business, Facebook eBay for Business, and I basically have them on speed dial, only it's not speed dial, it's through messaging. And ever since I've first been messaging with eBay for Business, I've never deleted that message, so I just pulled up the old message I've been using for a long time, and I messaged them and put them on alert that this had happened. I also was able to provide proof that I shipped it. And that proof was from the fact that every single week I wait in line at the post office. I wait in line and I get that receipt. And I had proof on that receipt that confirmed the tracking number, confirmed the date I shipped it, the time I shipped it, well, the mere fact that I shipped the package, right? And so eBay was looking into it. I did have to sign into my account and provide some information to them. But at least I gave them a heads up that, hey guys, don't hold this against me. I wasn't allowed to update the tracking. That's how I found out it was already used. I tried to enter the tracking number and it said this number's already been used. So I couldn't do anything on my end. So I provided proof to eBay that I shipped it. Has it been resolved yet? It's been since Monday. This is the 6th day. No, it hasn't been resolved yet. But I think I saved us from a near fail. A near fail meaning we surely would get dinged as if we never shipped it at all. In fact, the buyer could say they never received it. They could, because I don't have feedback on it yet. So there's a heads up for you. If you find that your tracking number is not being accepted, contact eBay, and I hope you have proof. I hope you have proof that you shipped it. That receipt from the post office saved us from a near fail. So on Wednesday, we didn't run around. We stayed home, and I got the 5 listings done for Tuesday, and I got the 5 listings done for Wednesday. So, you know, we hustled, and I got 10 done on Wednesday. And to be honest, I really didn't care what I got listed on Wednesday. While Mark was photographing some books, I grabbed some craft leaflets, cross-stitch leaflets. I pulled some jewelry that day and put that in the lineup because I just didn't care what I got listed as long as I could get my 5 listed a day. So the listings in this video are not necessarily impressive. I did find a couple of things with some value, but some of them not so much. You know, we're keeping up on our inventory now, and on Wednesday we didn't have any new stuff that came in, so I just grabbed some things, and while Mark was photographing, as I said, the books, I photographed the craft patterns and got them listed, and some other things too. Why am I seeing so many people disgruntled with eBay? I didn't get all of the craft leaflets, the cross-stitch craft leaflet.
I didn't get all of the I didn't get all of the cross-stitch leaflets. I didn't get all of the...
I can't say it. I didn't get all of the cross-stitch leaflets listed on Wednesday, so I finished it up on Thursday. Again, Mark was working on photographing some NASCAR books. Yeah, NASCAR books. We're going to talk about that. Some junk that we bought that we're not going to list. I have a comment from someone that I believe is new to the channel, George. First of all, George thought we had to pay sales tax on our own on eBay. And no, in that last video, Reselling Junk in Retirement, when I was showing our profit, the left side of the screen was a screenshot from my phone of eBay showing the sale, the shipping collected, minus the eBay fees, minus the sales tax collected, sales tax taken out, and they showed our profit. I was showing that screenshot on the left-hand side. So no, we have nothing to do with collecting and remitting sales tax. eBay does that. On the other side, the right-hand side of the screen, I was showing what eBay gave us, the payout that they gave us, minus our cost of goods and minus our shipping label that we get through Pirate Ship to show you the profit. And yes, I made a mistake on one of those. I was using a template and I made a mistake on one. So I was off a little bit on my numbers. But that was one thing I wanted to clear up. No, we do not have to collect and remit sales tax. But they had another comment here. It's just a comment. They were asking if eBay is the only site we use. Well, no, we use Poshmark too. We sell on Poshmark. But they went on to say, why am I seeing so many that are disgruntled with eBay? Why am I seeing so many people disgruntled with eBay? Well, I had a little lesson on that one this week too. A little lesson about people complaining about things. And it has to do with a chicken sandwich. Yeah, chicken sandwich. And it has to do with Chili's. Oh my gosh. How do I tell you this story? First, I have to show you something. We went to Chili's about a month ago. For a while, they'd been working really hard and selling us on their new hand-breaded chicken sandwich. And I had one a month ago, and it was absolutely delicious. Oh, the best chicken sandwich I've had. Sorry, Chick-fil-A fans. I thought it was better than Chick-fil-A. It had mayo on it. It had pickle on it. It was really good. I was very impressed with it. And then a week later, I went back and we didn't get our regular server that day. And I got this chicken sandwich that was like, it went from this big, falling outside of the bun, to an oval shaped pressed patty that looked like it came out of a bag of frozen chicken patties. Okay, Chili's, I don't believe this is the chicken sandwich that I had last time. No, that's not it. That's not the patty I had last time. Last time it was a hand-breaded, really nice sized chicken patty that took up the whole bun. Realized when I started eating it yesterday that it didn't seem right. And after I got home, I took this apart and I feel like I've been cheated. They're giving me a cheaper patty for lunch. You only give the good one for dinner? It's supposed to be the same thing. Does that one look like it's taken up the whole bun? I don't think so. You owe me a sandwich. You do. Didn't even fill up the bun. It was pathetic. So I didn't go back to Chili's for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Quite a while. I mean, about 3 weeks or so. We didn't go back. So Mark and I went to Chili's this week for lunch. And I got my favorite server, Jamie. Right away, she said, I haven't seen you guys for a while. I said, no, Jamie, I said, I was really unhappy last time I was here. You weren't here. But I ordered that chicken sandwich, that hand-breaded chicken sandwich. And they brought me some kind of little tiny oval frozen chicken patty, like it was something they should have chopped up and put on a salad or something, or a kid's meal. It was nothing like that chicken sandwich I had when you served us last. And I want a free chicken sandwich. Well, Jamie explained to me that she told me that the cooks were instructed to no longer take the time to pound out and hand bread the chicken for the sandwich. But I'm like, Jamie, it's not even the same chicken. It's not even in the same ballpark. That's a completely different chicken patty. She kind of tried to insist that it just wasn't pounded out. So she went to the manager, and the manager said, I'm going to make you, because I'm here today, and I'm going to pound out the chicken and make you a hand-breaded chicken sandwich. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you them side by side so you can see the difference. Mark and I talked to Jamie about just about anything. And I said to her, I'm like, Jamie, why would they want to do this? Why would they want to make a change like this? They advertise, I brought up on my phone, they advertise all the time about this hand-breaded chicken sandwich. I mean, it's just beautiful. And they do all this advertising. Why would they change it and no longer take the extra few minutes that she said, extra few minutes or seconds, whatever? Why would they change that and just go to this chicken patty that, again, I'm like, that's not the same chicken at all. And I added to it, people write reviews. I said, I'm not going to write a review, but people write reviews, negative reviews. Why would they want that? Jamie looked at me and she said, well, as our manager would say, for every negative review, there's 100 people that will come in here to eat. For every negative, there's 100 people that come into Chili's to eat. And I was like, wow, I could take that a few different ways in relationship to eBay. For every negative review that we might get from selling on eBay, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of reviews that are positive and appreciative. As far as people complaining about eBay, for every person that complains about selling on eBay, there are hundreds and thousands who are very happy with eBay and make a good living off of eBay. Do I ever complain about eBay? Sure. Sure I do. Mostly when they're working on things behind the scenes and it seems to slow down our sales. But I'm not blaming eBay this year on the slowdown. Mark and I have experience in general every time it's election year, and please no comments about the election. I know exactly what's going on. I'm very informed, but let's not get political. My point is simply this. When we would travel and sell our handcrafted jewelry, every single election year, our sales dropped, and they dropped a lot. People are unsure. People who don't have a lot of money have to think about where they want to spend their money. People who do have a lot of money still spend money on eBay and everything else. Although I don't know how many purses and pairs of shoes and watches and diamonds and things like that you need. But hey, they got the money. They can do what they want with it. A lot of people hold on to their money to wait and see how things are going to go. And so sales for us this year have been really, really down, really down. And even though we're listing our 5 items a day, 25 items a week, sales are still really, really down. So do I blame eBay for that? No, I don't. I mean, we have to take some responsibility. And even though we are working hard to get our listings out there and everything, we still can't control all the other factors going on that are no doubt affecting our sales this year. So hang in there, keep working it. Just like everything, it ebbs and flows. And keep on listing, keep on working boot camp. And what I do after I'm done listing, so I priced it high. You know, a lot of times Mark and I take Thursdays off. I get my video released and we take Thursday off and we go, to garage sales or church sales or thrift stores or wherever. The sales are really down this week. There were only a couple of estate sales, a couple of garage sales in the paper, and none of them sounded very exciting. So we decided not to take Thursday off this week. You know, as you know, we listed items. So we decided to take Friday off instead. That meant that I needed to line up my 5 listings for Friday on Thursday. So I got my 5 done for Thursday, lined up my 5 for Friday, and we left the house about 8:30 Friday morning to go thrifting down in Johnson City. We went to breakfast at Cracker Barrel, one of my favorite places besides Bob Evans, and we went to the Restore, and we went to Wags to Riches, WAGS, Wags to Riches, a fundraiser for their Humane Society for pets, and we stopped in a corner thrift. They didn't have anything, and then we popped in the Salvation Army. It was a really good day. I couldn't believe all the stuff that we found. And I'll tell you, it was so hot outside that it felt really, really good to be in air conditioning instead of the heat. I was having such a good time, such a great time, that, did I tell you I had 2 fails this week? I forgot to list the 5 items that I lined up on Thursday for Friday. I forgot to list them. Can you believe that? In fact, we stayed up late Friday evening, and it was after midnight, and I hadn't fallen off to sleep yet, and it dawned on me that I didn't list my 5 items. It was after midnight, so I failed. I failed again. I did not get my 5 items listed on Friday, even though they were lined up. Now, I have an excuse for it. Number 1, I was having fun. Number 2, we were finding so many things to resell that day. That was just yesterday. We were finding so many things and drafting them and taking photos and drafting them that when I was looking at our drafts on eBay, I never saw the jewelry that I had drafted out the day before. I didn't see them. They kept getting pushed to the bottom. So that's my excuse. But I failed. I failed twice this week on my listings. Ugh. I pulled the jewelry because I knew it would be quick and easy. I've been setting aside some brooches to list, and they're such a quick, easy item to list. You know, photograph the front, the back. We put a quarter in there to show the size comparison, and I do add in the listing quarter for size comparison only, not included, because you know there'll be that one person out there that will say, "Where's the quarter that was in the photo?" Someone would do that. I just know they would. I'll show you here some of the photos of just one of the pins that we listed. The pin that I just showed you might have some value. It was unmarked, but I found a couple of brands, 2 brands, that it could possibly be. But I pushed the envelope on it and put 2 potential brand names in the title with a question mark. I thought, well, the buyer might just identify it for me. And I priced it up quite high too. So let me show you here a couple of the brands that it could possibly be. And I think you'll see why I think it could be one of those brands. So I priced it high, $99.99, and see what happens. I don't have the offer feature on it, but that's because I'm going to put it on sale at 30% off. Store the jewelry after I list it. And it's Thursday, and I'm drafting out 7 of these to list on Friday. I'm going to show you here how I store the jewelry after I list it, my inventory organization, so that when it sells, I can easily find it. And it's the simplest system ever, and it works great. I'm drafting some jewelry, and I just want to show you here how I do this. Whatever day that I'm doing this on, and that does say 7/19/07/19/24. This is number 3. This one's Sarah Coventry. This one is unmarked. This is made in Western Germany. So anyway, I just have some small labels and some bags, and it's Thursday, and I'm drafting out 7 of these to list on Friday. And what I do after I'm done listing them is I'll put all of these bags into a zip closure bag and mark that bag with the date 07/19/24. So that's how I track my jewelry for inventory, to label it and find it. I do use the custom label SKU in the listing. It's right under the title on the left-hand side when you're creating a listing. Well, if you're doing it on a laptop or desktop, that's where it is. But it's called the custom label SKU, and that's where I put the date that I listed it, where I found it, how much I paid for it, and my inventory number. And this system worked. I tell you, it was really refreshing to go to thrift stores and actually find things to resell. I'm sure there were hundreds of resellers going through these stores, and we are pushing ourselves more and more to, should I say, keep buying junk? Buying junk, odds and ends, odd things that other people pass by. Yeah, we found some odd things, and I'll put that video out eventually. If you like this video, give it a like. If you don't like it, well, some of you already do that. I had 5 thumbs down on my last video, but do know that a thumbs down counts the same as a thumbs up on YouTube. So thank you for that. I don't know why people don't know that. Thumbs up is great. I love it. Thumbs down is great because it counts as a thumbs up. So if you want to go above and beyond, please leave a comment. As I said earlier, boot camp without you would be very, very lonely. I mean, what would be the point other than holding myself accountable to get my 5 listings done? But yeah, it'd be lonely without you. So keep leaving comments. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.